Yeah, hello, welcome to this video. I'm trying out something new, playing a computer here, Stockfish AI level 8 on leadchess.org. Yeah, I'm not a very regular lead chess user, so I hope I'm not screwing things up by doing something wrong. Yeah, Stockfish is set on level 8 and supposedly it's 2400 on that level. So let's see what we get. I'm trying to play a little bit of anti-computer stuff, which I don't usually do. This kind of opening, but the computer sometimes doesn't handle this so well. So I hope to catch the machine a little bit off guard. The time control is 8 minutes base time and 5-second increment. You really have to do it with increment, otherwise the computer has, or the computer's advantage is just too high in being able to play moves without any time spent. Okay, a computer played c4, which in general I welcome, that the position is closed. I wonder if I should try something like b4 and a4 to completely close it down. I'm not sure if I can manage that. b3, b5, b3, b5, a4, b4 is something that the computer probably can play. I'm not sure about it. It looks rather logical to play like this. a4, b4, queen c2. I don't think that should be too bad for me. Yeah, the engine is playing instant moves as usual. The computers are somehow programmed that way. So queen c2, I guess. Hope that is okay. Yeah, knight takes on. If he takes on c3, yeah, I have to take with the queen, I guess. Knight c6, interesting. So what's happening here? Knight might come to a5. c4 doesn't seem to be doing much. Yeah, probably just developing. I'm just not sure where to b5 with the bishop. At least it's a tempo move. Knight a5. Queen b2, I guess. Queen b2, I was thinking. Yeah, now I'm going back. Maybe the computer can play b3 now. No. Wow, I didn't expect that one. What is the point here if I'm taking things? Knight d5 is also in there. I don't quite get it. If I take on c4 with the knight, knight c4, d takes, bishop takes, what is the tactic? Queen a5 maybe? I don't know. What is the point? He cannot go queen c7. There's a bishop on f4. Feels like I'm overlooking stuff, but I don't see what it is. Queen takes, knight e4. Is this so dangerous? I have to take with the queen. That much is clear. I cannot allow that pawn to stay there. Well, maybe I can actually, but why can I not take on c3? Not sure. Don't see it. Okay, so there is no like big reason. So castles, I guess. Can take on f3, but well, nothing to do about that. Okay, so what about this position? I'm a pawn up. That's nice. I have to take though. I cannot allow knight f4, so I have to take this. And now black has slight compensation, I guess. f3 is hanging. Yeah, I probably have to cover it. I just wonder with what exactly. e4. e4, there's queen h5, I guess, and it kind of weakens a little bit my position. Yeah, king g2 looks safer. I have to also have an eye about. I have to look at. Have a look at the clock. So go here, attacking a6, and now rook c3. Yeah, maybe. You really want to go rook c1 here and stay active, not defending passively, but he can take and take a4, which is really annoying. Maybe queen b3. Yeah, queen b3 off to queen b7. Okay, that I don't understand. Queen d2 maybe is his idea, or its idea. Yeah, I will definitely make that mistake, calling the computer he, which is yeah, nothing to do. I cannot do anything about it, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's do this. I have rook c2 to cover that. Okay, I didn't see that move coming. Not at all. But it's not such a big deal, probably. I cannot take because of queen d2. But he doesn't have a check here, right? So if I play queen c3, the computer has to trade, then I'm winning a tempo and I can invade with the rook. So that position is at least around equal. And probably it is even somewhat better for white. Let's see, rook c6. Or going back, trying to win a tempo, I'm not sure. Maybe rook c6. Covers like that. Okay, I can try e4 and d5. I think I will do that. d5. I can also play then d6. Maybe the king first. I need the king definitely. Okay, so the comp is not doing much here. So d5 now or not? Yeah, it looks very logical to do that. I can also go to the rook endgame. That also is pretty nice. Difficult. It's tough to say if I should do the rook endgame or not. But it can also go to e8. So let's push the pawn. Got a pre-move in. Okay, king d4, I guess. Yeah, engine is a lot ahead on the clock. Yeah, rook c7, that's the most normal move here. But maybe I can go bishop c7, bishop b6, bishop c5, check. That might be an idea. Let's do that. Rook c8, yeah, now I'll go here. And intending bishop c5. Yes, but if I do that now, okay, but I can go rook c7, which should be quite good. I mean, I have king c4, king b5 coming. It's definitely better for white. I'm not quite sure if I can win. This is the real issue. Bishop c5 is also pretty strong. But let's do that. It's simple. It's the keep it simple method. Where am I going though? This is an interesting question. all the way back, or bishop to b6. And directly. He has king d6. This is irritating me quite a bit. If I go to g3, yeah, and then king c4, b5, I have a hard time to get there. It's very likely a draw, unfortunately. Is there some way to win? King b5, king d5, bishop a5. Is there anything better? Can I somehow win this, in some way win this pawn without giving up d5? I don't see it. Bishop back here, bishop g3 check, king b5. I don't get the pawn. So let's do this and trade. Oh wow, that I didn't expect. I was thinking this should... Okay, maybe it's a draw, yeah? That's possible. That the computer is quick enough here to draw, but I don't see it. He just gets in g4, huh? Oh, okay. If I take this, then h4, or... Is there some way to screw it up? Not really, huh? Okay. Yeah, so it's a draw at the end. It's cheeky. Okay, come on. Take it. Okay, so the first game is a draw. Let's continue and see what happens. Do a rematch. So what's up now? That was nice. I definitely had some opportunities there. I don't see a match score. I thought that Lichess also always had a match score somewhere. Here? I know, give 15 seconds. No, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to go e5, as I usually do, and see what the comp is doing. Okay, we've got the exchange. Yeah, so it will be some kind of endgame. Bishop g4 is the line that most, with the biggest probability, leads to an endgame. d3 is a bit uncommon. Okay, I think I'm going to protect this. And now go c5 to make sure that d4 is not happening. So bishop out, knight e7, that's very normal. Oh, Angel is really shutting it down. No, it's not. Oops. C4 really is a terrible move. Really a terrible move. But b4 is the way to justify it. I had to go b6. Yeah, of course I cannot take because of c5, and b6 looks really ugly. Okay, so I have to play this a pawn down. It's not sure how terrible it is. Maybe I have some opportunities here still. Queen c8, rook d8, maybe something like that. That's still not super easy for white. Tja. Not easy for him to go d4 or something like that. Queen e6, so I can just stay. I really have no particular idea here. d4, yeah, just not, it's not much fun, quite obviously. Is f5 a move here, or is this completely ridiculous? f5 takes, queen takes. Probably even g4 is a move. And then I can take on d3. No, I cannot. Okay. Can I double on the d file somehow? b7 is weak always. Yeah, let's do that still. It's not quite clear what the next plan is for him or for it. Maybe here. Yeah, at one point this is kind of necessary at one point. Okay, well here it's no question I have to take. And now b7 is hanging. If I go rook b8, there is c6. So I probably have to take c5. Well, cannot go c6, and rook b8 again is not working. Yeah, so I have to take this and play this position, which is not great. It's especially not great against the computer. Against the human being, I wouldn't be that pessimistic. No, because white still has a couple of weaknesses, but the computer usually is very strong at keeping those at bay. Okay, take here. Oh, it takes here. Didn't expect that. Which doesn't mean much. I mean, okay. Anyway, it's not that easy. There's still this counterplay against d3. I just blundered that. I just blundered this pawn. Okay. Any counterplay? No, not really. Trying to get near the king, but that's not really happening. Queen g6. Oh wow. Okay, c5 hangs. I can actually draw here, yeah. Okay, I can resign that. Nah, that was bad. That was bad. I overlooked that b4 move. How do I resign actually? Here, yeah. Yeah, I overlooked. And c4 was really bad by white, but I have to go b6 or something. Okay, so let's try with this kind of thing. g3. This kind of opening also served me well against engines. So we're probably going to go to a closed Catalan. Ah yeah, okay, computer does this. Okay, I want the pawn back. Yeah, I really want to go d4. So rook d1, then d4 is the point. How do I get there? I wonder if b3 is a move. It's not so easy to get in d4 in the first place. So yeah, computer might even play e5 and totally stop that. That's not nice. Not easy to develop. Maybe just b3 or so. I don't like the idea of him playing e5, yeah, but it happens. That looks a lot like some kind of Maroczy bind, which I really hate to play against, I mean. How did that happen? How did that happen? Yeah, I'm just worse. White is just worse in this position. That's very strange. I somehow missed the right moment to get in that d4 move. Yeah, I have to cover like d4, e4 and things. I mean, it's not like I'm lost or anything. It's just that I absolutely dislike this position type. So what now? Can I do something here? Yeah, oh, I badly need dinner, it seems. Sorry for the stomach noises. So what happens here? Would like to trade queens here on c4. Yeah, maybe I can. If computer actually wants or totally allows that. That's surprising. Okay, so I mean both recaptures make sense. Let's do this. e4. Yeah. Okay, my knight is not great, but and I want to make sure that the knight is not invading. So let's do this. Wow. Comp just trades everything. I did not expect that. What about g4 and then f3? Is this maybe... Okay, bishop c7 to e5. It's maybe around the corner. And maybe bishop a5. My knight really needs to be activated. Okay, let's control some squares. Okay, I'm taking and go g5. Oh. Yep, not much happening here. Okay, if I take now, I have the draw. Yeah, it's difficult to not take, huh? So let's take. So yeah, this is a dead draw. Can I offer a draw? Offer a draw? Oh, I cannot. The computer is probably set to decline the draw. Yeah, just a total fortress. Maybe we... Can I claim somehow? It seems to be... Oh, interesting. Takes... Nah. Okay, the computer also wouldn't blunder here. This is kind of clear. So I can safely ignore all that. Yeah, h5. Nah, okay, it really is. I really shouldn't even try to do something. It's just a complete draw. Yeah, it seems there is no way of really. So okay, now at least I know it's 50 moves to make. You can very safely pre-move. That's a bit stupid. Come on. Yeah, anyway. It's a bit of a shame. I think the comp really should be set up in a way that in this kind of situation it somehow recognizes the draw. I don't know how exactly you would program that, but I mean, probably this drawing button will be in effect again once we have the 50 moves completed. I think you still probably have to claim. Ah yeah, that's a 3/4 repetition. Okay, claim a draw. Oops. Claim a draw. Yeah. Okay, so let's do one more. I'm still behind with I lost one game, is what I'm trying to say. 2 draws and 1 loss. Maybe it gets better. Okay, well this is probably going to be BOGO style position. And this is a good position against the computer. This position type in general is kind of good versus an engine because it's very closed. So let's go e5 and see what the engine is doing. Not d5. I can try c5 and nah, probably not. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, is knight d5 something? No, I don't think so. Okay, so I actually managed to provoke that d5 move. Okay, so bishop d7, I guess. So very close there, very close stuff. Let's make sure that h7 is safe. And what now? I would like to somehow clarify the situation on the queen side. Not quite sure ever how. Okay, I can take this. Bishop takes. Is there some way to get that knight on a6 into the game? Yeah, you know, I have to rearrange this. It's just too awful. On a6. I have to go knight b8, something like that. Is it a problem if I do that? Maybe I should cover c8 first. I know it looks terrible, this undeveloping kind of play, but I think it's what I need to do. Okay, this is blundering c7. That's not good. I can take now and take a1 and then go knight a6 again. This is actually an idea. Now that I managed to trade some stuff. Okay, so queen a5. Is that doing something? I don't know. c5? Not sure. Is this a threat? Yeah, it's kind of passive, quite clearly, but I don't know if it's really a problem. If I go bishop g4, the computer will play rook a1 very, very likely. Queen d8, intending c5, but maybe computer goes c5 anyway. Yeah, that's possible. I don't know. Is there a big threat there? I don't see it. Let's just improve a little bit. c5, is this coming? If I go like b6 and back to f6. b6 and bishop b7, rook a8. I know it's very passive, but is it bad? I don't know. Let's try. c5 immediately is the threat. Bishop b7, c5. Okay, that means I have to go back, which is really awful. So knight over to f6. He might just play queen a7, knight b5. Yeah, this is what sometimes can happen if you really try to play this super closed anti-computer strategy. You sometimes get too passive while trying to playing goalkeeper style all of the time. Bishop a6. So maybe like this. And I mean, it's I'm still hanging on for a little bit. As I said, it is not particularly great, but yeah, I cannot play knight d7 again. And knight b5 is a threat. Yeah, that's losing now. Knight a6 was bad. The very first knight a6, that really led to trouble already. Yeah, I have no move, it's just lost. Yeah, not much to do. Yeah, resign. Can I go here? Yeah, you know what was bad here? Knight a6 here is just a terrible move. I get into trouble from here. I should do something like knight bd7 now, knight f8 or so. This is okay, really. but the way I played it is just bad. The knight is not coming back in any way. How do I get back to the actual game? I want to play one more. Play, probably here, yeah. Play with the machine. Do one more. And I've got one more white game. So I've got 2 losses and I have 2 draws. So let's play a somewhat more mainstream opening here and see what happens. What do we get? Nimzo or Queen's Gambit? Yeah, I'm going to play the exchange variation. This is very very solid. H6, yeah, okay, I'm going to go back. Somehow recently this H6 type of setup has gained some popularity. It's been played by a couple of good players. Okay, I don't really mind that trade. Oops, doesn't trade. Okay, I'm taking. Let's take that tempo. H3 is generally useful. Okay, a computer wants to play c5 and I'm going to make it a little bit more difficult to do. So I'm just taking here. I'm happy with that structure, the IQP position. The only thing is my queen is somewhat wrong on c2. As rook will come to c8. That's definitely happening. Where do I put it? It's not so easy to organize this position. Knight c3 would like to be on d4. Knight b5, well, black will probably take. It's not that clear what I should do here. What is a good setup? Yeah, that's actually more okay for black than I thought. I thought that it really should be some kind of advantage, but it's not that apparent really if this is the case. Knight e2, there's even bishop a4, yeah? That's really annoying. Yeah, knight d4. It's amazing that bishop is kind of unstable on e2. Anyway, it's hard to believe that this should be bad. Yeah? Okay, rook b8, not rook c8. I was expecting rook c8. Let's do this. Okay, it's going to win the tempo with rook b8. And now rook c8. Okay, now I think should move the queen. My idea was queen a2. This kind of setup. I just hope that I'm not bishop f5. Yeah, that's the way to lose against the computer. Yeah, one move blunders. And you cannot even go e4, yeah, because of the mate there on c1. Very, very frustrating, really. I cannot take on e4 anyway, because rook c1 is immediately coming. It doesn't have to recapture even. Yeah, how stupid is that? Okay, come on. That was terrible, really. Very, very, very bad. What did I do here? That cannot be really the... I mean, white should be slightly better here. What did I do wrong? Knight e6. What did I do wrong? c5. Yeah, comp gets in c5. I don't really see... I don't think I can prevent it. Castle, c5. Yeah, black is not in bad shape at all. I mean, he's pretty, it is pretty active. Maybe I have to go knight d4 and cover b3 as well. Well, okay, this wasn't a problem, really. But queen c2 maybe already is one. There is no particular... Oops. What? There was a computer analysis done without me doing it, really. Yeah, here queen a2, of course. Yeah, that was clearly the mistake. Bishop f5 is still okay, but in general, I rather don't want to go there. Maybe to a2 here. Maybe this. Yeah, black is okay, or it is definitely active enough. Let's do one more. I really hate to play that badly. I just want... come on, where is that? Play with the comp. And so, let's see. Let's do anti-computer. French is a good anti-computer opening because it has that closed character. I'm going for this line. This is an old favorite of mine, trading off the light squared bishop and then play this very close position. Okay, I really don't mind to have it closed. Interesting. Gives me d5. I don't mind that. Okay. If I take it, knight will come to e4. Which will probably happen anyway. The question is it a problem? Queen a4 is an interesting move here. But queen e4 will be the answer. Very likely, at least. I wonder, is bishop f8, is this too provocative? Maybe yes, but I still do it. I cannot help myself. So now what about this queen a4 move? Queen a4, queen b2 probably. This, I mean, if I reach some kind of end game, I'm not in bad shape here. The question is, do I reach it? Even g5 and then bishop e7 is quite decent. Would love to trade queens, quite obviously. Can I go? Yeah, I have to. I think I have to do that. Come on. At one point I need to connect rooks. It's really unavoidable. Bishop e7. Yeah, h4. But okay, if the computer takes, it's not the end of the world, really. Queen can come to e4. This is irritating me quite a bit. But let's do this. Knight is well placed there. Okay, that's interesting. Queen a3 maybe. Takes, rook a1. Or I can play g4. I mean, why not exactly? Okay, knight d2 to e4 is probably happening. Okay. Queen a2 maybe. Queen a2. It's slightly irritating maybe. And knight d2 you will probably play. Knight d2. Bishop a3, I don't know. Playing against the engine is always somewhat intimidating. I always think, okay, let's not blunder stuff. Bishop a3 here. Ultimately that might blow up in my face. If I take h4, he's got rook a1. My queen is really trapped. It's really trapped. That should not be underestimated. Queen a3 is no move. Rook a1. Rook a1 is a huge issue. But okay, maybe I can go queen a3 actually. I mean, a8 is covered. Okay, at least I have the queens off. And immediately blundered the pawn. Bloody computers. Bloody computers. Was that so bad for black? With white's pieces misplaced here on e2 and g3? Maybe it was. I don't know. Just that this simple tactic is winning the game. Yeah. Cannot even. I mean. Yeah, knight d6 unfortunately. Yeah. It's 2 pawns. Yeah, okay. This is very questionable technical play, but it is so winning that probably it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, the pawn is just promoting on its own. Yeah, bishop b4. Okay. Okay. That I mean, it's not like I had a strategically bad position or anything. That was just interesting. For example, if I somehow get queen straighted, white is just in very bad shape, but I couldn't get it going. I simply couldn't. Queen c1, this. Yeah, okay, well this is losing then. This is losing due to that stupid tactic there, knight c4. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about this kind of position. Rook a1, yeah. Maybe if this is happening, it's already kind of bad. Yeah, there's also this queen a4 idea, yeah. There's a button, request a computer analysis. I can do that. I really don't know this side. So let's see if what the computer analysis is doing. Currently it is displaying some kind of waiting. Like work in progress, yeah, work in progress. Yeah, I really don't know. I was kind of surprised by white going for this structure, because it is, frankly speaking, just anti-positional. It really is, but probably not bad enough so that I can easily win. Yeah, so we have queen a2. The best move was bishop a3, yes, with equal play. Yeah, queen a3 was quite clearly the decisive mistake. Question is, could I have done something better here? Computer has no clear suggestion. It gives the position here as about equal. Yeah, queen a4. I like the queen a4 idea in general, but yeah, it's not quite clear what I'm doing then. That was the reason why I didn't play it. I really didn't see a big point there. I don't get the queens off, and I don't get so quickly organized. If I manage one of the two, well, I just have to get bishop e7, king d7, and then white is basically busted here strategically, because this is weak here. I have the better bishop, his knight, those are all bad pieces. But maybe I don't get there. It's really possible. I'm not sure if this would have been an improvement in the first place. Bishop e7, h4, knight bd5. Okay, maybe I have to go king d7. I mean, this is possible that I should just do this. And then intend to go queen to a4. Difficult to say. It's definitely interesting, this position. I'd rather be black still, but it is yeah, the thing is, you make one little slip and the engine will punish you, like happened in the game. This kind of thing. This is something that a human player has to see first. I mean, it's not really clear that everybody will do that, especially considering that the queen trade strategically is terrible. But the thing is, it wins because of the tactic. Yeah, you have to really see that there is this tactic. What I did see is, I did see that this is not a big issue because I have a8 covered. No, but the problem is that yeah, it can take on c4. Okay, that was a little bit of torture by the computer. Maybe I can do better if I adjust to that engine a little bit better, but it will be difficult in any case. 8+5 is also on the quick side, but I don't want to play a full length rapid game against the comp. Okay, well, thanks for watching.